All right, let's dive into the new rules of retail. We're talking about a massive shift here, moving away from just simple transactions and toward creating memorable experiences. It's changing not just where we all shop, but more importantly, why we buy in the first place. And this quote, it really gets to the heart of what's happening. It's not about selling a product anymore. Nope. It's about building a connection, an entire experience around that product that makes people feel something. You can see that shift laid out perfectly right here. Old school retail was purely transactional. The whole game was about making that one-time sale. But new retail, it's all about relationships. The goal now is to build a real, long-term emotional connection that creates loyalty and, keeps customers coming back again and again. So, who's driving all this change? Well, meet the modern shopper. They grew up with the internet, they're driven by emotion, and they expect everything to be personalized. For them, there's absolutely no line between a brand's app and its physical store. It's all just one big, seamless experience. Okay, so in this new landscape, how do brands even get noticed? That first point of contact, that first impression, has totally moved online. It's happening right inside our social media feeds. That's where we discover new things. And it's exactly where that customer journey begins now. And just look at this number. It shows you the sheer scale of this opportunity. This is all being powered by what's called social commerce, the ability to buy products directly inside an app like Instagram or TikTok. And this isn't some tiny niche market. We're talking about a channel that's set to more than double in just the next 4 years. It's huge. And for retailers, you gotta understand this isn't just about making a quick sale. Social commerce turns shopping into this fun, community thing. It gets rid of all the friction, gives brands amazing data on what you actually want, and builds so much trust through real reviews and shares from other people just like you. So what's the engine driving all of this? It's content marketing. Instead of just shouting, "Hey, buy our stuff," brands are now focused on offering something valuable, something entertaining. The whole idea is to build trust first, because they know the sale will naturally follow that trust. Right, so once you've got a customer hooked online, the whole experience can't just fall apart the second they walk into a physical store. All these different worlds, online, offline, they have to connect perfectly. And that brings us to the next big strategy. This is the big idea behind what we call an omni-channel strategy. It's all about making every single interaction, whether it's on your phone, on a laptop, or face-to-face, feel like it's just one continuous connected conversation with that brand. I mean, let's be honest. Today's shoppers expect a no-friction journey. We want to browse on Instagram, maybe go try the product out in a real store, and then buy it later from our laptop to have it delivered home, all without a single frustrating hiccup. So what does that actually look like? Well, it's buying something online and picking it up in the store an hour later. It's trying on a jacket in a shop and then just having it shipped directly to your house. For us, the customer, it feels effortless. And for the retailer, they get this complete 360-degree view of who we are. This isn't a nice-to-have anymore. It's the absolute baseline expectation. But look, a seamless world isn't quite enough. It also has to feel personal. It needs to feel like the brand actually gets you. So how on earth can a business manage thousands or even millions of these unique, individual interactions all at once? And that, right there, is the billion-dollar question. The real challenge is delivering that personal touch, the perfect product recommendation, the right offer, to every single customer without completely overwhelming your team. How do you do that at scale? Well, the answer is marketing automation. This is the tech that bridges the gap between having tons of customer data and creating those truly personal experiences. It's smart software that analyzes behavior, like what you click on, what you look at, what you buy, to automatically deliver the right message at the right time. Getting this up and running follows a pretty clear path. First, you start with really specific, measurable goals. Say, you want to increase sales from abandoned shopping carts by 15%. Then you pick the right tech and you make sure all your data systems are connected and talking to each other. And finally, you can start grouping your audience and sending that perfect message to the right person at exactly the right moment. Okay, but for any of this to matter, it has to be grounded in business reality, right? All these strategies, social commerce, omni-channel, personalization, they sound amazing, but how do we actually know if they're working? How do we measure success? The most direct way to measure this is with marketing ROI, or return on investment. It asks a really simple but powerful question. For every single dollar you spend on marketing, how many dollars do you get back? So what's a good number to aim for? Well, a 5-to-1 ratio. That's $5 earned for every one you spend. That's considered really strong. 10-to-1, that's just exceptional. But anything below 2-to-1, well, that's a big red flag that you're probably just losing money. Getting that strong return is definitely not a walk in the park, though. Today's retailers are facing some pretty serious headwinds that can absolutely tank their ROI. There are 3 really big ones. First, the market is so fragmented it's hard to know where to even put your money. Second is ad fraud. We're talking about bots that just drain your budget with fake clicks. And third, and this is a big one, are the growing privacy concerns. People want to know their data is safe, which means trust and transparency are everything. And ad fraud is no small problem. The cost of businesses has more than doubled in just 5 years, hitting over $70 billion in 2023. That is a massive, massive drain on resources that could have been used to build real relationships with customers. And this really brings us back to the main point of all of this. You see, true success isn't just about that immediate ROI. It's about building long-term loyalty. Because for most businesses, literally half, of all their sales come from customers who choose to come back. That relationship is the single most valuable asset a retailer has. So at the end of the day, here's the crucial takeaway. The technology, the strategies, they all exist. They're here. The real question isn't, can you make the shift, but are you? Is your business ready to stop just selling products and truly start building experiences?